Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025. Commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 and Viksit Bharat 2047 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations and celebrations. Today is commemorated as Texas Cowboy Poetry Week from February 19 to 21st in US, whose dates are subject to change as per the organizer's wishes, and this year it will be observed from February 19 to 21, while the original Texas gathering ended in February 2019 after 33 years of entertainment. The National Cowboy Poetry Week and Lone Star Cowboy Poetry Gathering, also in Texas, are still going strong. People come from all over the US and other countries to be able to experience amazing music, cool workshops, delicious food community, and of course, cowboy poetry. Today is also commemorated as Constantine Brancusi Day in Romania, which is an annual day held every February 19 to celebrate the life of the artist Constantine Brancusi, widely regarded as one of the most influential sculptors of the 20th century and a pioneer of modernism. Romanians observe Constantine Brancusi Day in the honor of the famous compatriot who was born on February 19, 1876. Brancusi, who was also a photographer, drew inspiration for his artworks from mystical folklore and traditional sources, although his works were often regarded by others as abstract. The artist claimed his creations were expressive representations of his subjects. He produced carvings from wood, metal, marble, stone, and bronze. Later, Brancusi moved to Paris and joined a community of artists. Today is also commemorated as Great American Spit Out in US on Thursday of February 3rd full week every year. This year it takes place on February 19th. It is a day to encourage people, especially veterans, to stop using smokeless tobacco products. The important mission of the day is to provide users with enough resources to help them stop pushing such products. The tobacco plant is cultivated for its leaves. Tobacco leaves are rich in nicotine, which is an addictive chemical. People can use tobacco to smoke, chew, or sniff. The Great American Spit Out is a perfect day to start fighting the addiction caused by tobacco products and nicotine. Smokeless tobacco users are encouraged to quit even it is just for one day. Today is also commemorated as Iwo Jima Day on February 19th in US, which takes place every year to mark the anniversary of the battle that lasted around 5 weeks. The fight between US Marines and Japanese soldiers took place amidst World War II and turned out to be quite horrific. Thousands of people on both sides lost their lives. However, in the end, the US Marines emerged victorious even when faced with impossible challenges. Hence, the day is officially observed in mass shirts and unofficially marked across the US. On this day, pay a tribute to our lost soldiers, celebrate their victory, and rejoice at how the country has emerged as a united union. Today is also commemorated as National Airboat Day in US, held on February 19th. If you are looking up for a close encounter with the wildlife of the wetlands, then head to Florida's Everglades. The day was created to give both tourists and locals a chance to explore Floridian wildlife, especially its misunderstood yet fierce alligators. You can also get to observe the region's tropical birds and other endangered species over there. So book your ticket at Wild Florida and use the chance to enjoy a thrilling airboat adventure through the swamps. Today is also commemorated as National Arabian Horse Day in US, that is celebrated on February 19th. It is one of those animal holidays that millions of Americans cherish. This is because Arabian horses have become so widespread in the country that even though they could only be owned by people of affluence originally, they are now beasts that any average American can own, despite the Middle East being the earliest origin of the horse breed. More than just half of the few million Arabian horses in the world are found in the US ground. It is also commemorated as National Chocolate Mint Day in US, celebrates the unusual yet delicious flavor which has become a classic over time. The combination seems to make for a healthy alternative. Chocolate helps produce serotonin and dopamine, and the combination of that with mint overall makes for a healthier candy. Mint is also a powerful herb which aids digestion and fabulously freshens breath. This triumphant flavor combination means an entire day dedicated to its taste and vigor, announced by the United States National Confectioneries Association. National Chocolate Mint Day honors the flavor pairing and reflects the mishmash of these two flavors and their popularity. Today is also commemorated as National Lash Day on February 19th in US. To promote the importance of proper eyelash care, it is a day to notice and appreciate both true and false eyelashes for the beauty they add to our look. Lashes are known to make our eyes pop and stand out from the crowd. They also serve an even more important role in helping to protect our eyes from dirt, germs, and foreign objects, and prevent the lubricating moistures in our eyes from evaporating. Today is also commemorated as National Wet Girls Rock Day in US, celebrated on February 19. The day highlights the contribution of women veterans who worked in the US military and gives us an opportunity to the community and national bodies to give back to them. For female veterans, the day is also an opportunity to celebrate the lifelong bonds they have formed during their service. It is not easy feat to serve in the military and then transition back to civilian life. For this reason, Wet Girls Rise popular purpose is to support female veterans and improve their lives. Today is also commemorated as Prevent Plagiarism Day in US on February 19th. Every year, this day is observed throughout the country and to bring awareness to plagiarism issues in industries and careers like academia and media production. While the definition of plagiarism may differ depending on the institution, the act typically involves presenting someone else's work as your own original work. Plagiarizing sometimes someone's work is considered as ethical violation. In some countries, it is even considered a crime. However, there are some cultures where plagiarism is condoned and even seen as flattering, making prevent plagiarism day essential for people working in the country. Today is also commemorated as Shivaji Jayanti in India on February 19th, celebrates the great emperor of Maratha in India. The day is in the state, the day is celebrated in the state of Maharashtra to honor the birth and life of emperor, and the day is almost 400 years old. Chhatrapati, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is the name of a great emperor of the Maratha Empire in the 17th century. He was born on February 19, 1630 in the Shivneri fort. He was named after the goddess Shivai, who blessed his mother prayers for a son. Shivaji founded the Maratha Empire after seizing the forts of Torna, Raigad, and Kondana at the age of 70. His coronation as Emperor of Maratha was held in Raigad in 1674 when he was 44 years old. It had 50,000 people in attendance, and he promoted the use of Sanskrit and Maratha language in court during his rule. He was a great warrior and an intelligent leader who handled politics well during the reign. He had 4 wives and 8 children. He later died of fever and dysentery in 1680 and at the age of 50. So Shivaji is a figure who represents a courage, freedom, and the fight for interdependence. This day was celebrated by Lokmanya Tilak in Pune in 1895. The freedom fighter Bal Gangadhar made the holiday popular by making Shivaji's achievement known, making this day widely celebrated in India. This day is celebrated by gathering the first captured by Shivaji and commemorating his acts and achievements. We respect his great feats at his engage and great war tactics, which established him as a leader of Maratha. We can celebrate this day by creating awareness online, offline, watching the celebrations online and offline, and doing an act of bravery. Today is also commemorated as Sonam Losar in Nepal. Losar celebrations kickstart with a bang on the second new moon after the winter solstice. This year it falls on February 19th. The extravagant festival is celebrated in Nepal each year to mark the beginning of the Tibetan New Year. Celebrations are arranged weeks in advance for the auspicious occasion. On this day, men and women adorn colorful and traditional attires and dance to the traditional music created by the Dampu drum and consume lady dishes of this region. If you like experiencing unique cultures now, it is the best time to head to Nepal. Today is also commemorated as Tug of War Day in US. If you and your only if your only introduction to the game of tug war was at summer camp or in elementary school, you are in desperate need to celebrate Tug of War Day on February 19th. Tug of War has grown up from the days of your youth in addition to having its own holiday. Tug of war has national and international federations that sponsor worldwide. It is also commemorated as US Coast Guard Reserve Birthday in US takes place on February 19th annually. On June 23rd, 1939, Congress gave the Coast Guard Reserve a legislative mandate to use civilians. It was done to promote safety on the high seas and the nation navigable watchers. It was non-military and was formed by the unpaid volunteer US citizen. Today is also commemorated as World Anthropology Day on February 19th internationally. Falls on the third Thursday of February, takes place on February 19th this year. The day is set aside to celebrate the field and share information about anthropology with the public. Anthropology can be explained as a scientific study of humanity. It covers human behavior, biology, and how human societies function. If condition or considers past and present information and looks to explore the future. Analogy. Anthropology helps explain the origins of humans and what makes us unique species as a species. It helps us understand how our world work, our world works and why we behave in the way we do and how we influence our environments and if they are looking for scholarship, pursue the field. Today is also commemorated as World Cholangiocarcinoma Day on February 19th internationally. Observed on third Thursday in February from 2023 onwards is an international day that is observed to raise awareness about very rare but aggressive type of cancer. It takes place on February 19th this year. It is one of the rarest, about 11,000 cases of cholangiocarcinoma diagnosed each year in the US, as it is one of the rarest and most deadly forms of cancer. So, cholangiocarcinoma is a rare type of cancer that develops in the bile ducts and small tubes that carry digestive fluids in and around the liver. It also affects the gallbladder. On World Cholangiocarcinoma Day, doctors, healthcare workers, cancer survivors, and activists come together to raise much needed awareness of this form of liver cancer. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations and celebrations. We request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form that has been shared in the form of poll. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night.